Hello there, welcome back to another absolutely beautiful morning. I am not far from Tyndrum today and I am going on a walk which probably a lot of people do not do in this area, considering the absolutely spectacular Munros that surround this hill that I'm heading up today. However, I am severely lacking in fitness and I'm not going to bother trying to take in some of these bigger mountains just yet, and that's why I decided to pick this one. So I have about 16 kilometres of walking, however almost 10 kilometres of that is on the flat. So a good walk in and a good walk back out, and it has about 700 metres of ascent. And I am heading up this mountain that you can see behind me here. That is Ben Lui, which pretty much sits in the shadow of Ben Lui, which you can probably just see keeking around the corner behind it. And probably today is a very great example of what conditions can be like in Scotland, considering it is mid-April and there is a good dusting of snow up there. I do not have my winter boots, crampons or ice axe, so I'm going to have a look and see how this goes as we get further along the walk, and then I will make a judgment call. The kind of main ascent up this one is round to the left of it here, which does look like it is out of the snow, so we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But the walk in, whilst I did say it's like 5 kilometres out, 5 kilometres back, is absolutely stunning. The mountains around this and just the conditions this morning just make for this an absolutely beautiful walk, and it's along a nice open path as well, which has access to a gold mine. So I'm at this small wee loching, which is a very short distance from the start point of this walk, and there's a bit of a mystery about this wee loch. It is the loching of the Lost Sword. So apparently, many years ago, Robert the Bruce lost the Battle of Dalry a short distance away, and as him and his forces retreated kind of westerly, they decided to dump all of their swords into this small loch. However, apparently archaeologists have come and tried to see if they could find this sword or any of the other swords discarded by his army, and through metal detecting they didn't find anything. They didn't even find evidence of the battle itself. Apparently there is another loching which is south from here as well, which apparently may well be the actual location of that. However, apparently it has no metal in it either, but it's still a fascinating local legend. This legend certainly makes me think of King Arthur and Excalibur throwing the sword into the loch, and I just have this memory of that legend, and something like the hand coming out of the loch and grabbing it, or I suppose I say lake because it was probably in England, not in Scotland. So I have completed the walk-in for this mountain, and you come up to this bit here and it's an absolutely beautiful kind of area. Behind us, Ben Os looking spectacular, and then also Ben Lui as well. Both are kind of a wee bit in the cloud, and then up behind me, where we're going, up here, that's where I'm heading up today. But the scenery up here is absolutely spectacular, and the snow, it's already, you can see in the ground below me a wee bit, it's already a bit of snow on the ground, so let's see how this goes. So I have reached the top of the first part of the ascent. As you can see, it flattens out, or as flat as it can get on the side of a mountain, before steadily increasing in height again. And I am glad I put the sunscreen on, because the sun is absolutely baking me. I've still got my t-shirt on, it's still got snow on the ground, and I'm still quite happy with it just now. I'll see how it is further up the hill, but I'll let you tell me something. Sunscreen plus sweat in your eyes is agony. Who doesn't love the sound of snow underneath the feet? Just stop there for a wee rest, turn round and see some deer just milling about the water back there. Today is absolutely stunning. I mean, look at these conditions. Wow. So different from the Glen. So I have made it to the summit of Ben Lui today, and just as I've got here, the cloud has lifted off the top and the views are absolutely breathtaking in these conditions. It's just stunning. Behind us, Ben Lui just in the cloud, but the whole way up here it's just been spectacular. And oh wow, just back over here now, we've got Ben Cruachan and the other Munros round about there. They're just starting to peek out and everything's just shrouded in snow today. Oh, I honestly thought this was going to be a day out that was more about the journey than the destination, but today, oh, it's just, right now it's just turned in, it's just made my day. This is fantastic, absolutely fantastic, and I'm happy that I didn't actually need the crampons and the ice axe. It was very, very soft underfoot. It wasn't frozen up. The path, you know, the way up was quite wide. Not to say flat, but you know, I didn't feel like I was going to hurt myself. If I slipped, I was just going to fall in the snow right at my feet, basically. It wasn't that steep. But a big thank you to Andy O and the guy in front of him for trailblazing their way up here today. Yeah, that made it a lot easier for me, but I'm sure you guys are feeling it a wee bit more than I am now for kind of making that way. But wow, I'm gonna take a wee shower, I'm gonna have some early lunch and then just admire these beautiful views. This is an out and back route, and more often than not they might not be the best because you're retracing your steps, but when you're retracing your steps and the views are like this, then I have to say this might be one of the best out and back routes, certainly in this part of Scotland. Who can argue with this? So one of the other things that this glen is famous for is the, is it Coninish gold mine?
They call it a mine. A mine!
Which is just under the northeast of the, oh sorry, of Ben Huron. I forgot its name there for a second. Yeah, so yeah, the gold mine sits under there, it's in operation, and the reason that the access path in and out of here is so good is because you obviously need to get in and out of that gold mine. There's some of the other hills here used to be used for lead mining. There is some remnants of them kicking about as well, but here's hoping that that gold mine they don't delve too deep, don't awaken anything that's been sleeping under the mountain for a long time. So the walk back out from the mountain is almost complete, and whilst it's 5k and a lot of people might be put off by a long walk in, a long walk out, it is an absolutely beautiful walk in both directions. On the way back here, got Ben Challum just behind me here, she's been looking at the whole way, and then Ben Moore over there just keeking out laterally on the walk. It has been a fantastic day. I think there was 3 of us up that mountain today. Met Andy O and another guy. It was great to meet you, Andy. Get a good bit of banter. It's always fantastic to actually chat to people in the mountains. I must say though, we was a wee bit disappointing when I was coming down the hill there. I thought you were waiting for me to give me a wee backie back down the road, but you cycled off quite quickly once I came into view, so that's well remembered. But I was a wee bit jealous of the guys that were on bikes today. Certainly very, very easy if you're going to cycle in with this one. But if you are interested in other walks in this area, we have the Ben Lui 4 that we've done. Sorry, Ben Lui 4, the Tyndrum 4, including Ben Lui. And then Ben Challum was another one. It was absolutely fantastic, but I'm going to say something maybe controversial. Today's walk in that mountain, I would say that is easily better than a lot of the Munros that I have walked. The view from it, absolutely fantastic. You're still getting a good bit of height in there to give you that elevation, to give you those spectacular views, but you're just constantly looking over at Ben Lui, and then once you get to the top, the views are far and wide over the proper, really spectacular mountains. Yeah, if you're looking for something quieter, then this is probably the one to do. It's what, an hour and 20 minutes north of Glasgow, plenty parking, definitely one to consider. And on that note, I will bid you farewell, and we shall see you on another hike.